How to start a career in motivational speaking. I know, it's funny to see me playing with this money, but here's the thing. Have you ever thought about how cool it would be to start a career as a speaker? Yeah, to influence people, to have a dream life as somebody who travels the world and inspires people on stages, and at the same time, oh yeah, makes money. That's a pretty cool thing. I have 8 secrets, 8 tips that are going to absolutely help you get there. So let's jump in. Number 1, find your unique message. What is it that people need to hear from you? Your compelling story. Your expertise, that which makes you awesome. It's your superpower. It's that which makes you awesome. I call it a signature move. Everybody has it. It's something that we're paid lots of money for because we utilize it in that which we do as a speaker. You want to share that which is your story, how you figured out your life, how you got to the point where you are in order to help inspire other people to do the same thing. Everybody wants to have somebody show them the way. That's part of what it is to become a great motivational speaker. You really want to help people to understand how they can also develop and get their own gifts, right? And so when it comes to being a speaker, yes, you need to not only be able to tell your story well, but be able to compel somebody to pay you to speak. Oh, how do you do that? You do a lot of things. You practice, you get better at it. You become a great storyteller. I truly believe it comes down to storytelling in order to become a great speaker from the get-go. Number 2 is to develop your speaking skills. The best way to do this is obviously to get on stage. Practice every chance you get. Sign up for communities that allow you to do your presentations. Have you heard of Toastmasters? Have you heard of the National Speakers Association? There are different communities and places and chapters where you live that you can actually go and join other speakers that are working to become better at this every single day. Unfortunately, a lot of people think, well, I don't need to practice. I'll just get up on stage and start doing it. Not going to happen for most people. Most of us have to practice becoming a good speaker. And so get on stage. Take the time, create the community. I would also encourage you to invest in yourself as a speaker. That means coaching. Somebody who can help you get from here to here because you can't see what you don't even know you're doing wrong. Great speaker coaches are fairly expensive, and yet they help you raise your fees really quickly because they're going to help you identify, clarify, and magnify that which you're not doing well. And so, are you going to invest in coaching? I hope you'll consider it. Number 3, let's talk about building your brand. Yeah, what is your brand? What are you known for? Why are people going to hire you instead of somebody else who's already possibly really established or somebody who's really famous? Well, each of us have a brand that we can build in ourselves. And that's when you start sharing it on social media, you create a website, you have a promo video, all of these things matter. But what is your brand? Essentially, you can say to yourself, I identify as this person, but what happens is that the audience is going to clarify for you what they want you to speak about. It's interesting. You see, if I chose 3 different topics in order to say, I'm going to speak about these 3 things, what happens is eventually I'll start getting hired for one topic in particular most of the time because the audience is going to say, we want to understand that from that person rather than anything else. That then becomes your brand. The audience helps you clarify what you've yet to identify. And when it comes to this concept that I call discover your signature moves, I truly believe that that is a part of your personal brand. What's a signature move? Well, think about it. Michael Jackson did the moonwalk. Michael Jordan did his tongue out, and then he shot game-winning shots. Every athlete, every celebrity, every performer has signature moves. Every brand has signature moves. So what are yours? If you want to know what yours are, I've created something that's very cool called the ICM process. If you go to icmprocess.com, you can get this really cool assessment that's going to help you identify, clarify, and magnify your signature moves. I'll take you through a quick video and then you just start writing. You work on it yourself. Identify what you're good at, clarify with others what they think, and then you can magnify that. That becomes part of your brand. And once you identify what that truly is, now you can target it towards the certain audiences that really want it. For example, if you're really good at culture, then there are certain companies that need a culture expert. If you're really good at social media marketing, then you identify and clarify that with the people that want to hire you. Next thing you know, you get gigs as a social media expert. There's all kinds of ways to do this, but you need to identify, clarify, and magnify your signature moves. So go get icmprocess.com. Number 4, I would recommend that you network and collaborate. And a lot of people don't think about this. It's really not a silo that you're in as a speaker. In essence, you want to get out there and let everybody know what you're doing. So join the National Speakers Association. Go to Toastmasters. Sign up for an association of business owners and entrepreneurs and those types of people that will allow you to get more opportunities. Now, here's what happens. They're not only going to learn about what you do, but you're also going to learn about them. What happens next is you can then collaborate with each other, whether it's to say, let's put an event together, or we can start a coaching program together, or let's just help promote one another as a wingman kind of experience. It's really cool when you find somebody in your same level that not only you can lift one another at the same time, but help each other get to success that you both want to. Well, maybe you're not into that idea of like collaborating with somebody that closely. Okay, then just go network. Let them know what you speak about, find what they speak about. And what I'd really recommend is to gather a group of people, call it a mastermind if you will. Maybe 5 or 6 people that you really like. And you say, that person's gonna push me and that person is somebody I like to hang around and this is someone I wanna be like. Get those people around you. Now, you start to help each other, promote one another, share each other's gigs in essence. I do this with a couple of my mastermind groups. I have a mastermind group of entertainers that are all my buddies that I refer for different entertainment opportunities. I have a circle of MCs, masters of ceremonies, that they all get referrals from me and I get from them. And then as a public speaker, these are other people that I have masterminds with where I say, oh, I appreciate what she speaks on so I can refer her, or I've worked with him so I know he's gonna nail it. Now, these are people I can refer, and that networking connection really makes a huge difference. Let's talk about offering value. Yeah, this is the 5th one I like to talk about because when you're starting a motivational speaking career, you might think, I have to charge every single time. I don't buy that. I think it's great to go out and speak for free as much as you possibly can to the right groups. It doesn't mean you need to speak for free to a large company. That's not the point. But what about the groups that can't afford it and that you know your message will offer some great value for them? So what is the value you bring potentially to a charitable group or a group of kids? Maybe to a group of the moms in the neighborhood and those types of wonderful people. They might not be able to afford it. And so can you be that person that they're like, oh, I know that she's a speaker and she should come and speak to us. I get offers all the time and requests for speaking for free. I can't do them all because I'm quite busy with my career, but I do allot a certain amount per month to say I'm going to go and speak as often as I can for any group that's requesting me. But I want to always offer value. Such great value that eventually those people that saw me speak for free, what are they going to do? They're going to promote me on my behalf and help me get actual paid gigs. It's a real thing. And all you have to do is seed what you're trying to do while you're speaking. So if you're at a free speaking event, you could say something like, when I speak all around the world, or when I speak for large corporations, and this is actually how I make a living, that whole dialogue, that puts something in their brain where I say, and that's actually how I make my living. That little line, they go, oh, we could help him get even more gigs because we know he came here and did this as a favor to us. Smart marketing. So I mentioned at the beginning that I had a secret weapon I was going to share with you. Well, here it is. Refine your pitch. What is the problem you solve? Yeah. Have you thought about that? What is the problem you solve? If you can answer that, that's how you get your motivational speaking career started really quickly. So remember, the audience is asking themselves, what's in it for me? Why should I listen? What does this apply to me for? How does this solve my problem? If you can answer that question, if you can solve a problem that's costing a company so much money that you're one of the only people that can solve that problem, you will be paid a whole lot of money. I've seen this with so many speakers. A lot of speakers just start and say, well, I've got expertise and I'm good at speaking and I'm a good storyteller and I did something great, like I won an Olympic medal. Okay, awesome, good for you, you've got it going on. But the speakers that can solve a problem and know exactly how to define that for the audience, oh my goodness, they're getting paid the most of anybody anywhere, trust me. What I recommend for that is to craft a compelling elevator speech. Yeah, just your pitch, to say, this is what I solve for companies and this is how I do it. It's got to be a line or two maximum in order for people to say, oh, she knows exactly what she's talking about. She can solve our problem. We need to pay her any amount in order to get her in as our speaker. And what I recommend is that you practice this pitch with confidence and delivery, and so that you're able to just say it at any point, whether you're jumping in a taxi or sitting next to someone on the airplane, wherever you might be, at a mixer and a networking event, so that you can just crank that out and say, this is the problem I solve. This is how I do it. They're going to hire you quickly. To become a motivational speaker, you need to embrace technology. That's the 7th tip today. Embracing technology is absolutely essential. You need to have all the right equipment in order to do this. So if you're going to share slides, you need to invest in at least a laptop in order to make your slides. You need to have some software. You need to be willing to perhaps buy a nice camera and a nice microphone and able to make videos, and even to be available to speak online. Speaking isn't just, out there on stages. Speaking is technology. Speaking is right here, right now, on video, you could do it on Zoom or on Google Meets. It's amazing. Embracing technology has been a wonderful thing for me as a speaker, and investing in that as well, so that it helped me actually survive through the pandemic. I mean, in 2020, I lost all my live in-person gigs. That was crazy. Had to turn on a camera real fast and figure out how to do this through a camera. It's way different than being on stage, right? So embracing technology is important. And the final tip is to seek feedback and adapt. Yeah, I mean, you need to record yourself speaking. You need to give yourself a chance, and at the same time seek feedback from people that really matter. Not everybody. I mean, perhaps you don't want to ask your family because they might be really critical and it might crush you, right? So ask the right people. Ask somebody who has your best interest at heart, but it's not going to crush you if they say something you need to improve on. And so I like to invest in coaching, as I've talked about. And I also like to think about, how can I be adaptable to making this better for myself? When you implement these things that we've talked about in this video, this is how you're going to start your career as a motivational speaker. And what's cool about this channel is that I've created so many videos about how you can get gigs, how you can use your voice well, how you can write a great speech. All of these things are on this channel. So what I'd love for you to do, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And hey, please share this with your friends as well. Thanks for joining me. I'm excited for your new career as a motivational speaker.